last week. CNN Chief Business Correspondent Christine Romans has the details. Romans.
Another devastating number, John. 3,839,000 people filed for unemployment benefits for the very first time. That brings the 6-week total over the past 6 weeks to about 30 million people out of work. When you look at the size of the labor market at the beginning of March, that's 18.6% of the American labor market filed for unemployment benefits in just the past 6 weeks. This was another devastating number. These numbers are slowing, but I mean, they're awful, every one of them. And every one of those numbers is a person who has rent to pay or mortgage to pay tomorrow, May 1st, and may still be waiting for their unemployment benefits. It's been very difficult for the states to coordinate just this massive wave of people who have been put out of work by the coronavirus, John.
You bring up a good point. I also want to bring in CNN anchor and correspondent Julia Chatterley here. People might look at these figures, 3.8 million, and say, oh, that's less than it was a few weeks ago when 6 million people were filing, Julia. If you had told anyone 2 months ago that 3.8 million people would file jobless claims in 1 week, their hair would be on fire. That is an enormous number of people still filing 6 weeks into this crisis.
I mean, we're talking 1 in 5 workers in the United States in the space of 6 weeks now, out of a job, furloughed, or frightened for the future of their jobs. And yes, that trend rate is coming down, as you quite rightly mentioned, John, but it's still millions of people, and the expectation is that there's still going to be millions more, even as we get to the end of this week and we've got states beginning the process of reopening. We know how complicated that's going to be. We know that workers are frightened, that consumers are still frightened. We don't know what reopening looks like. So I think as much as we're seeing these numbers coming down, expect millions more, and expect when you're looking at these numbers, an unemployment rate in the United States that dwarfs anything that we saw in the Great Recession. We're talking between 16 and 20% unemployment. I mean, I can say that again and I still won't believe it.
Yeah, 30 million people in 6 weeks. Again, it is almost beyond belief. Christine Romans, I have a question about going forward.
Sure.
As states begin to reopen in some ways, and presumably in some cases people start going back to work, how will that be reflected in the numbers that we see starting next week?
Well, there are some real challenges for people who have lost their jobs here or have been furloughed. I mean, think of it. Some people aren't looking for new work right now. They've been furloughed, and at some point they're going to be asked to come back. But what if they have somebody in the family with a pre-existing condition? What if they have kids who are still out of school? What if they fear for their own safety going back to work? They have some really big questions to answer here. And some people, quite frankly, are getting unemployment benefits that might be a little bit better than the pay that they had when they left. They're going to want to take as much time as they can, right, for a safe working environment to go back to. So I think that we're going to have a kind of a murky situation here going forward as we try to get these.
All right, Shalom. I want to start saying all praise and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. All right, double honors to our apostles, elders, great millstone, salutation to the hopeful elect out there teaching the word in truth and sincerity. All right, and what you just saw, all right, or seen, should I say, is you know, an update as far as unemployment goes. And what does unemployment mean? It means a lot of people out there are jobless, man. All right, because when you file for unemployment, it's because you either you lost your job. You know what I mean? You know, you lost your job, or you got what they consider a furlough. All right, a furlough just means temporary layoff. All right, without pay. So that leads to the Lord pretty much shutting this place down. I'm just grab these scriptures. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth." It says, "While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh." It say, "When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." And that's what you should be focused on, man. You should be remember, if you're Israelite, you should be remembering Yahweh Shem Shai, which is the Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai is His Son. You should be remembering them before all this stuff start to come to pass, man, because all this is gonna do is just lead to more chaos, man. All right, because you already know when people if they're unemployed, that's going to lead to certain living conditions to where they have to make certain sacrifices, like I said, via a living, man. All right, like I said, a lot of people that are used to living a certain way, All right, they're used to having certain things in their life. So what do you think is gonna happen when you start taking those things from these people, man? They're gonna start to feel cornered, man. All right, a lot of these people have families, man, to feed. So that's just gonna lead to a more trickle down effect, man. Of people of getting more aggravated and frustrated, man. But going back to the scripture, it say, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth," man. It say, "While the evil days come not," man. Because these days that we coming upon, they're definitely gonna be evil. All right, they're gonna be days in perilous times, man. The scriptures talk about that in Daniel 12. Was it 12:1? 12. Matter of fact, yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna get it, but you know, brothers know what this is going into, man. All right. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble." It says, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, man. So yeah, man, the scriptures say what it says, man. It's gonna be a time like no other, man. And it was another video I had queued up, but I can't find it for whatever reason. But it was going into how there hasn't been an unemployment rate like this, or actually this has surpassed the previous record, which was around World War II. All right, so the people are panicking, man. They looking at the the living conditions and looking at the the economy. A lot of these stores are just starting to run out of certain foods. All right, so that means, man, people they're going to catch it. They're going to start to get even more of an attitude. All right, when certain products are not there. All right, but going back to Ecclesiastes chapter 12. All right, I'm gonna jump down. This is the book of Daniel. Slakia. It was the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 3. It said, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened," man. Yeah, and that grinding the ceasing, man. All right. In other words, the jobs that they're starting to dry up, man, because there's mainly because Esau he is spreading that fear of people getting sick due to corona, which brothers went into it. It's different theories out there. All right, rather it's a that's an actual virus or not, but more than likely it is. All right, but it deals with Esau utilizing that so-called virus or COVID, if you will, that coronavirus to spread fear among the people, so that these people can be broken a little easier, right? Because when you in fear, is a well known fact that you don't function and you can't think properly as you would if you were in normal living conditions, man. So Esau is using that fear of getting sick and dying, possibly dying from the so-called coronavirus, and he's using that to pretty much, like I said, bring fear upon the people, man. So he can pretty much get this fucking new world order on the road. All right. But anyway, verse 4 said, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And saying, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low," man. So yeah, man, that the doors are being shut, man. People are being, like I said, you see what it say, man. It say 3.8 million Americans file for unemployment benefits, man. And knowing Esau, we don't know if that's the true number or not, because what he tends to do is that he plays with the numbers, all right, to play on the minds of the people, all right, because that number can be lower or it can be higher, but either or, that's what you saw putting out there. So that's what we got to stick with as far as we know. But yeah, like I said, going back to the point, man, people, they're gonna get very frustrated. I said, because certain products that usually are shipped via these supply chains, they're not being there anymore. All right, and then the Elder Required Quam from London, he was talking about how those a lot of those meat markets and stuff like that, which Lord, when I do a video on that, they're starting to run low on food, and that deals with this topic as well. All right, let me get this other one real quick, man. And hey, man, we try to tell you people, man, but you people do not want to listen. So at the end of the day, man, it's the hell with you people, man. All right, it ain't got nothing to do with us because you didn't want to listen in the first damn place, man. All right, so now just feel the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah. This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9. It said, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. before they spring forth, I tell you of them, man. And what's the former things, man? The former things are the prophecies that already took place, man. And the new things, all right, they're the prophecies that have not taken place, but are soon to take place, man. All right, and then one of the main ones, the main two are left are the mark of the beast, which is mentioned in the book of Revelations, 13 to 14 chapter, and then you got World War III, man. All right, you know what I mean, which is it deals with the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Jehoshaphat, the Most High's judgment. Those are the last main two, man. All right, then like I said, you got the other, the preheats or the warm ups to that. Like I said, the race riots, the famines. All right, and look, we told you people that this is coming, man. So when this shit does hit the fan, do not act like you didn't know, man. All right, but anyway, last verse, man. Last verse. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. Isaiah 19, verse. Let me see. Isaiah 19, verse 15. It says, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt," it says, "which the head or tail, branch or rush may do." You know what I mean? So yeah, there's not gonna be no work here in Egypt. And what's the new Egypt, man? All right, America, man. All right, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, man. All right, because even during the time of Joshua, you had a famine, all right, that took place. All right, and like I said, a famine deals with a lack of food, man, or a food shortage, man. All right, and that's what you have currently right now. So the scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun, man. All right, so what we got to focus on right now is like I said, just pretty much watching, keep watching the news and making sure you're paying attention to what's going on, man, because this thing is going to eventually get worse, man, because, right now, Esau, it was May, I think it's May 4th, Esau's talking about opening up the states, but, we're still yet to see, what's going to take place, man, all right, because you got, like, certain things that's starting to open up, you know what I mean, in certain selective states, but, we're still waiting to see, man, but, hey, I pray this edifying. I don't give all praise and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. All right, double honors to our apostles and elders of grace, a great Slaki of great millstone. All right, peace and mercy be unto the Lord's elect out there. Shalom.